Toronto Raptors fans are going to have to wait a while for the emotional return of favorite son DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs make their only visit of the season to Scotiabank Arena on Feb. 22 weeks after Toronto plays in San Antonio on Jan. 3. It'll mark the first time DeRozan faces his former club since being traded to the Spurs along with Jakob Poeltl for Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. DeMar DeRozan will be back in town in February when the Spurs make their only regular season visit to Toronto. Richard Loughton's Toronto Star. The other notable return, that of current NBA Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey, comes November 14 when the Detroit Pistons play in Toronto. Casey was fired after 7 seasons with Raptors and was named head coach of the Pistons in the offseason. Read more. Raptors facing tough test in opening week of NBA season. Article continued. DeRozan has a chance to go to the next level with Spurs. Carter says Dave Fezchuk. Kawhi Leonard makes a fine first impression on Raptors coach Nick Nurse. Of NBA released its full schedule for the 2018-19 season Friday afternoon. The Raptors will open at home against Cleveland on October 17 before facing Boston on October 20 and traveling to Washington on October 21. They finish with 3 road games in their final 4, at Brooklyn April 3, at Charlotte April 5, home to Miami April 7 and in Minnesota on April 9. The league has continued a move to assure players have adequate rest and fans aren't being asked to watch a subpar product. Back-to-backs are down across the league. Teams average 13.3 per team, down from 14.4 last season and 19.3 in 2014-15. 22 of the 30 teams will have fewer back-to-backs this season than last, and it will be the second straight year where no team will have to play 4 games in 5 nights. Stretching it out even further, the instance of teams having to play 5 games in 7 days is down to less than 1 per team from 1.2 last year, and no team will have to play 8 games in 12 days for the first time ever. That 8 and 12 may not sound like a grind, but it is if you have to do it. Article continued below. The Raptors will play 12 back-to-backs, down from 14 last season. They will appear on ESPN 8 times in the United States and on TNT 7. The 15 U.S. national broadcasts are the most for the franchise since the heyday of Vince Carter in 2001-02. The local broadcast schedule is still to be determined. Other Raptors highlights. LeBron James and the Lakers pay their only visit to Toronto on March 14. The Raptors are in Los Angeles to play James on November 4. The defending champion Golden State Warriors are in Toronto on November 19. Toronto plays 6 straight home games around the league's February All-Star break, the longest homestand of the season. The Spurs visit in the first game after the break. The Raptors have 2 West Coast swings, 4 games in November and 4 in December, and 4 is the longest road trip of the year. The annual Nelson Mandela game on December 5 will be against the Philadelphia 76ers. Game times are all over the map. Weekday games start at 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. Saturday home games are at 3 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. and Sundays start at noon, 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m., 6 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. The Raptors have Christmas Day off but play Deck 26 in Miami and will host Utah on New Year's Day 2019. Doug Smith is a sports reporter based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, @SmithReps.